Well, hello, everybody. Morning, afternoon, evening, night on this 24th day of April. The weekend is close upon us, and I know probably many of us have numerous things to do, or people to see, or things to celebrate, or practices, or games, or whatever it may be. I would ask, if possible, just take just a few moments and reflect on all that God has provided for you. Maybe it's family, maybe it's house and home. Many different ways we see the Lord continues to guide, keep, and provide for us every single moment of our lives. And it solidifies today in our devotional reading. Today, our devotion, the scripture will come from Psalm 139, verse 13, which states, David writes, "For you formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb." And I'll even read verse 14 as well. "I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Wonderful are your works. My soul knows it very well." There are numerous things in our lives that maybe we keep as keepsakes. And perhaps maybe as parents or other family members, we keep things because of sentimental value. Maybe it's a certain stuffed animal, maybe it's a drawing or a picture that really has no significance, and truth be told, it may not honestly look that great, but we keep it because it's important. It's a work of love, and it is something that shows that we are proud of them. It would be the instance of like a mother expressing her love in each strand chosen with care, maybe knitting together a blanket or perhaps a shirt. This had to have been to some extent what David writes within this. When he writes, "You knit me together in my mother's womb." What a beautiful example of showing God's quiet, hidden, but also deliberate work, the creation of each human life. This isn't just kind of a poetic licensing or poetic language. It is God at his core creating us. It shows us that you and me, we are not accidents. You weren't mass produced. You were built, created to stand out. You weren't an assembly line that says, okay, next one, next one. You and me, though we have eyes and mouths and ears, yes, sure, we are different. Our personalities, how we explain things, how we show our love, and the ways that we show love are quite different. But I want to hone in on a couple of different parts of this. We hear that you are formed and that you are knitted. That's care. That's patience. That's purpose. That God is not just some far off, distant God, but He is one who cares. It is a profound implication for us. You are gifted. You are loved. You are placed by the master craftsman at this time. For many of us, we may wonder or think, okay, why has God placed me now? Why couldn't I have been 100 years ago or 400 years ago? And let me tell you, in a system that shows that the value of human life sometimes might be waning. We see it in our world, we see it in our news about numerous things. Life is taken in a breath at a time, it seems. I would invite you to remember that though sin distorts, and though sometimes we struggle even remembering our identity as to who we are, I would invite you to remember these words: I am fearfully and wonderfully made. One final thing that I want to bring to you is I saw something a number of years ago, and it rang true in the past, and I thought it would be important for us to share today. And it states, how cool is it that the same God that created the oceans and the mountains, even the galaxy, looked at you, molded and formed you, and said, that's one that the world needs. Now, of course, on one hand, I've seen comments that stated that, and of course, God states, yeah, of course, no two are alike, or maybe God states, yeah, because two of you would be way more than enough. I choose to look at it that God, in his beauty, showed that as you are created, you are formed. Know this truth, that his hands have been upon your life before your very first breath, and they have not let go since. Go in his peace and love and care. We'll talk to you later. Bye now.